Last year, I released a video about a video game or something that ended up getting a lot of hype, and this project was very intriguing. It wants to be a game, and it's being developed right now. But as we are entering 2025, we finally got something, even though it's not really much. Ill is a horror game being developed by Team Cloud. This is their first ever game being developed, and from what we see, it looks pretty cool, at least until we dig deeper. Unleash your survival instincts, step into the sinister settlement, face a growing horror, and uncover the unsettling truth behind its descent into madness. Are you ready to confront your deepest fears? As we come across more and more videos about this game, and some being gameplay quote-unquote being shown, the YouTube comments are questioning the legitimacy behind this game. Now, what makes this case so fascinating? It's mostly because this game, if real, has amazing potential. Especially this being the first game Team Cloud is developing, like I said. But here is the problem. Most of this stuff isn't really gameplay. It's more pre-rendered cinematic clips. Concepts, I guess. But to be fair, the founder of Team Cloud never said it was gameplay. Concepts, like I said. Lots of people have been speculating if this game truly even exists. Is it even being developed? Fans have been a little cautious, and lots of it has to do with the day before. We know this game being a scam and the shady shit Fantastic Studio ended up doing, and now they've rebranded. It's a bunch of stuff that's been publicized to oblivion, which that game alone made me instantly think of Ill, which is why I made that video last year. I understand development takes a very long time, especially for a brand new studio. They recently released some new gameplay and screenshots this month, but the problem is that the gameplay clip wasn't anything special. It was more so the main character just standing there. Obviously, the main highlight were the creepy laughs and screams of the clip, but you gotta show some sort of movement, some sort of action to know what we are getting ourselves into. Maybe I'm being too greedy about it and development is slower than what I want. Maybe the pandemic completely messed everything up about this game. Who knows? Now you're probably wondering, how is this game a potential scam if they never released it, or even a release date as well? This is where we get to know a little bit more about Team Cloud and the founders. Now, when was this studio founded? I have no idea. Most likely around 2020. I just know this can be their first game. Oleg and Vadim Dovenko, Maxim Verahin, and Alexei Mikhailov. Those are the main four names I found when it came to knowing about who these people are behind this project. And I do apologize if I butcher their names. They are more active on the team's Patreon page. There was a bit of a hiatus, and yes, there is a paywall behind it all. They were very active on their Patreon in 2023 and 2024. We ended up getting some answers as to what was going on. Today we want to talk about the current state of the game, the team, and Patreon. Let's start with the most important. Is Ill a scam? If we weren't actually developing the game, we would have publicly announced that a long time ago. We understand how frustrating it might be to see active Patreon that earns money with no updates whatsoever. But we are in a situation where we chose partly crowdfunding approach at the beginning, but then realized that the game is planned to be big, that we need to follow more classic approach for marketing and release roadmap. Therefore, all we do is under NDA. All we publish here will spoil elements of the game and its story, and that's cool to do for people who invest their money here. Unfortunately, there is a risk of these materials being posted elsewhere. I'll try to collect some materials and show in the following post today or tomorrow. I have an idea to turn this page into Ill Creator Fund. All money goes to creators who make Ill-related stuff, music, animation, art, toys, not concepts or tracks that made for the game based on the strict brief, but more creative approach. But what about development progress? The team now has 25 plus people and we are actively hiring. Development finally went to different streams, art teams, dev teams, animation, narrative, and we have progress in every department. Finally, the story of the game has been written. It will be highly story-driven game with different characters, exiting events, which I'm assuming he means exciting, and cool settings / place where the protagonist will encounter all the horrors. The horror itself will be based on a non-typical concept. Besides that, we just finished a new trailer. For the past year, we always been promising big news soon, but this soon more sounds like never by now. We want to make public announcement, release new footage, and share our plans, but while some legal stuff are still in the works, we cannot share much publicly. It should change within the next couple of months, but it is always hard to predict. We hope for your understanding. Ever since then, they have been hyping big things, but only so little to show, like the gameplay clip and other posts updating their page and how it's going to be ran. Now, I previously mentioned this in my video last year, where this, in my opinion, holds the most legitimacy for it to be a game. They have a voice actor for the main character, that being Nick Apostolides, who fans of Resident Evil know him being Leon Kennedy in the recent RE remakes.
You there, Mike? I made my way in. Found some sort of administrative room. It's a total mess here.
Shit. They were really rushing out of there, weren't they? Alright, head to the dome. It might be your only way down.
At least there is something to build off of. Now, Nick is probably under an NDA, but we shall see what happens in the future. I've been looking at a lot of recent videos showcasing this game and also its pre-rendered concepts to build hype, and I came across this video saying it's going to release in 2025, which I think is straight up clickbait or a lie. I'd genuinely be surprised if it did release this year, because the way Team Cloud is moving, in my opinion, makes me think this game won't even come out this decade or at all. Now again, we're talking about a potential scam here. How is that exactly? Their Patreon page was made in 2021. It has 377 people who have paid and possibly helped fund the game. 2,300 plus people in the Patreon, and earns roughly about $1,700 a month. If I use my calculations correctly, they have accumulated over $84,000 solely from their Patreon and their fans. So just from that information alone, this game is a potential scam. Now, it's not confirmed because we might be years away from an official release, and if it doesn't release, that'll be a bad look. This is what a few people on Steam were thinking about. So I just discovered this game and learned about the day before today. I don't think the casual audience / gamer can tell the difference between an animation and real-time gameplay, similarly to how some can't tell when a scripted event is triggered. In fact, these rendered animations are so engineered to look like gameplay. Added with crosshair overlay, it would be hard to tell the difference. I missed the day before fiasco completely, but I will not miss this. I'm watching the Patreon updates, and they say they have a team now, covering numerous departments for development, how they're doing an NDA approach, and my favorite, the first sentence in the paragraph: if we weren't actually developing the game, we would have publicly announced that a long time ago. Which translates to, we will tell you if we are lying. Then 3 months go by, and they post another written update behind a paywall, that they're still waiting for the business processes, as seen in the text preview. I'm looking forward to the next update post that further stretches the wait, but at the same time, boosts their patrons' hope and lowers doubt. It's pretty fun to watch how they will drag this out for as long as possible. Now, for my overall thoughts, I'm going to give this team the benefit of the doubt for now. There's a big chance this game doesn't exist, but if it does, it won't come out for a long time. This has amazing potential, but maybe it's me being blinded by pre-rendered work on Blender, as some descriptions have said. They have a voice actor. They recently posted something, but it felt like nothing at all. But then again, the team itself is very small. They could be overcooking this game, but in the end, I need to truly see something to make me fully believe in this. I hope it's real. No more Blender bullshit to hype this game. I wish nothing but success for Team Cloud. Let me know what you guys think. Do you believe this game truly exists? Is it a scam, or do you want this to be legit? I think this has potential to be something great, and I don't mind if this game takes longer, but I hope the next thing they post, whatever it will be, it'll hold some weight to it, rather than being a Patreon page update. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like to help it reach the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more content like this in the near future. And I'll catch you guys on my next video.